At Brooklyn and Chase's, it's a new day. Chase has to meet his brother today and support him as his father's will be read. He also wants to make sure he doesn't reach for another drink. Ukraine's President Zelensky arrives at Singapore's Security Forum. Chase knows this isn't how they should be spending their honeymoon. Brooklyn says they'll get to Italy one day, and what's important now is being there for Finn and their family. Finn stops by Alex's place. They hug, and she is sad she missed the wedding. Finn tells her it wasn't perfect, but it was close. There was a moment he thought his dad wouldn't be able to finish, but Tracy and Violet got him back on track. Alexis cries. She's so glad Gregory's last day was beautiful, and they embrace again. Finn tells her how it happened, the events of the day, and that he drank a third of a bottle of bourbon. Alexis isn't shocked as he slipped the night before, and he woke up to a tragic loss. So he had a reason to break his sobriety. He says it doesn't excuse what he did. Alexis says she's learned that excuses don't amount to much. He knows she suffered a loss too. She admits she wanted to drink, but she didn't. She thinks it might be a two-a-day meeting kind of thing for them for a while. He agrees. He was at a meeting this morning, and he won't drink again. She says, for now. Alexis tells him to always remember that they have each other. Diane stops by later. She says she is sorry about Gregory. Alexis explains she called him last night and found out about him from Chase. Alexis asks if there is anything from the Court of Appeals. Diane says not yet, but they made a strong case that her disbarment was not about the law but Ava and Fergus' need for revenge. She plans to file a harassment charge against him later today. Alexis tells her about her run-in with Fergus and how she thinks this is about his guilt from being estranged from both his brothers when they died. She doesn't know why his guilt is aimed at her when Harmony killed his brothers. Diane has an appointment with Finn about Gregory's will, and Alexis is glad he retained her despite what happened with Finn and the hospital lawsuit. Diane notes Alexis is mentioned in the will, so would she like to attend? Alexis has a meeting with Ava to give her hell, and she already knows Gregory wanted her to be the literary executor of his will. She really wished she had gone to the wedding to be with Gregory in what was his last happy moments. At the hospital, Finn finds Liz in the break room. He apologizes for how he treated her and wishes he had the words to say how sorry he is. He says Chase talked him through the night, and he's going to meetings. Liz thanks him for saying what he did, and she wasn't trying to take charge of him, but she had to put Violet first. Finn understands. Liz is glad, as he didn't seem to understand yesterday. Liz says Violet has always been his first concern, but yesterday he acted like she was something that belonged to him that she couldn't take. She's never seen that side of him before, and she never thought he was capable of it. Finn promises she'll never see that side of him again and thanks her for looking out for Violet. He gets a text, Chase is here, and they are meeting Diane in his office to read his father's will. Chase and Finn meet in his office. Finn tells his brother he went to a meeting this morning, and Chase is glad. He trusts him to take care of himself and Violet. Diane arrives to read the will, and in it, Gregory names Chase the executor. Chase is a little shocked. She goes on to say that Alexis will be his literary executor. He wants his sons to split his estate, except his library, which goes to Violet. He also asks to be cremated and have his ashes scattered near his favorite tree in the park. He wants them to focus on life, not death or a hole in the ground. Chase and Finn agree to carry out his last wishes. Later, Liz checks in on Finn, who is catching up on paperwork. She asks about the will, and he tells her his dad wants an open-air memorial service instead of a funeral. Liz says that sounds beautiful and asks when his next meeting is. He says in an hour. Liz offers to pick up Violet from school. Finn thanks her. Chase returns home and tells Brooklyn about the will. He says he was named executor, which he thought would go to Finn. But maybe his dad didn't want Finn struggling even more. He says he has to carry out his father's wishes and get Finn and Violet through it all. Brooklyn jokes that it's so awful that he doesn't have anyone by his side to get him through this, and they kiss. Ava storms into Nina's office as she's working with Maxie on the deception ads featuring Blaze. Ava tells Nina that she broke their deal and she didn't put her artist in the magazine. Nina says she'll publish her artist in the next issue. She says she had to make space for a piece on Willow's new job. Ava scoffs that Willow doesn't even talk to her.